Hi, welcome to a fresh video here on the channel and a fresh update. There's two things in this video that I want to cover. First, the breaking news, and that is that Brad Lloyd will depart the Carlton Football Club at the end of 2025. We've just got the notification, so I'll unpack that for a moment. And then secondly, some interesting comments that were given to the Carlton members this morning via an email. Actually in the same email that the club sent regarding Brad Lloyd. So these comments come from Wright, and maybe we can go through them and unpack them. So the first bit of news is obviously that Brad Lloyd will not be at the club. We did receive the email pretty clearly that the club can confirm the General Manager of Football will depart the program at the end of the season after 7 years of service. And the club will now commence the search for the General Manager of Footy. So yeah, this has been a long conversation and it's been happening for a long time. So yeah, it just signifies the end of an era and the start of a new era. I think Brad Lloyd was one of the names that had come up a lot when it came to discussions around how do we improve the department, who's going to stay, who's going to go. So there's one there, and the search will continue for the next General Manager of Football, Head of Football. There have been some rumours around the internet, which is always fraught with danger at this time of the year. But there's former coaches that have been thrown up in this discussion. I'm fascinated to see which way they go with this. I want to ask you, what do you think about potential heads of football? So Jimmy Bartell's name's been thrown out, Ken Hinkley's name's been thrown out. So just want to end that piece of news there with confirmation that Brad Lloyd won't be with the Carlton Football Club next year. He will continue for the next few weeks and then he will see out the year and wish him all the best and away he goes. The second part of this video, which I thought was interesting in this email, right? So Graham actually provided some commentary around his observations. So we're starting to get drip fed some bits and pieces of information here. And I want to read you out what I've got here and what was sent to us here, and then I want to unpack it with you. So the statement reads as follows. Since last October, I have been fortunate through the support of Brian and the board to gain a thorough understanding of every aspect of our football club. In recent months, particular attention has been given to the football department in order to gain a comprehensive understanding of our AFL program. I appreciate the open dialogue I have been afforded by our players, coaches and staff, with every conversation centered around what is best for Carlton and how our club can succeed. Successful clubs don't rely on individuals. They are a product of collective excellence across many areas, and that is what we are striving to build. While clearly our primary focus is on improving football performance, and despite excelling in other areas across the club, my observation is that there is a great upside to enhance the connection and integration with our supporters. We want to earn respect in this competition, making our people proud to wear the monogram. We have an opportunity to further strengthen our connection as a Carlton community and make sure every member feels the strongest sense of belonging possible. We want our members to help shape that. It takes a whole of club approach, so we will work really hard to build that across our Carlton family into the summer and throughout next year. Achieving this will be critical in ensuring our club can progress to the level all Carlton people aspire our football club to reach. So, again, getting drip-fed bits of information, the identification of the need and the opportunity to enhance the connection with the supporters and the Carlton family. So a lot of language around the supporter base. This has been something that's been discussed at length on this channel, really everywhere. You know, that sense of belonging and that disconnect and that disillusionment and that disenchantment with the football club. And it's tricky because you have hundreds of thousands of fans. You have around about 100,000 paying members, but those who aren't paying members still contribute financially to the club in other ways. And there's so many voices and there's so many ways in which we all want the club to succeed. And so that is the task at hand right now. And there's a lot of conversation around what is the competitive advantage of each club. I've always felt the supporter base can be the competitive advantage of the club. It's going to take time and it's going to be a real challenge to get the club and the supporter base in unison. And I don't even know if you can really get it fully in unison all the time, but certainly this year and certainly over the last couple of years, maybe the last 10 years, it's gone up and down. I think we had a brief hot moment there where everyone seemed to be rowing in the same direction. And then when I read this email this morning, it's really interesting to see that it's been highlighted, the connection between the supporters and the club. So what does that look like? Is that just getting to come here for open training once a month or whatever it is? Is that the language that's going to be used moving forward? When you hear what that statement says in it, what does that mean to you? What in your mind does it look like to have a strengthened supporter base to the club? What do you need? What do you want? Is it just the language that they use? Is it as simple as just focusing on football, winning more games? Because I think winning games will help a lot. But the reality is, you look at the makeup of the team right now. I don't know what's going to happen with the list. We're going to find out in the next couple of months. But I mean, we're not a contender at this point in time. We're just not. As much as I want us to be, you got to look at it like just not a contender. So, what does that sound like and look like to you? What do you make of the news this morning? Chat to you in the comments. We'll unpack it as we go and go from there. Go Blues.